Jeanette, thank you as well for your flowing, flowing as
Absolutely.
water with us. And it's just so amazing to have fantastic speakers bringing so much value to our audience and generating value, generating secrets that because we've been on this journey for such a long time, for many years, and we have so many gems and tips and secrets to share with new entrepreneurs. And now we have a new wave of business owners, especially during COVID. A lot of
Mhm.
small businesses started, like myself, um, and we generating value for them. So welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome. So, Janet is a brand ambassador and business strategist. She lives by the core values connection, collaboration, and community. She's a business owner of MYBC Consulting, which is Move Your Bam Cham Consulting. I love that name. You are a member of numerous nonprofit organizations. You are award-winning master connector, connecting everybody out there. A brand ambassador for Canadian and international food companies, global business relationship strategist, social media whisperer, and content manager, creator and co-founder of Gratitude and Appreciation Summits International, and creator of the Lifting of Up System training course. Janet finds pure joy in being a small part of a larger story of others. She believes that when she has solution or connection for someone, it does not do the world any good if she does not make those connections for people. Where do you want to take your business? Let's move your bum chum in the direction of your dreams and goals. So, wow, that's amazing, amazing CV or resume to have.
I've been around on this planet for almost 60 years, so very let's say position myself and very visible around the world. I've had the pleasure of traveling to 40 countries on 5 continents,
Wow.
and made connections with real life people. And if anything on LinkedIn, I can tell you, I just hit 4,004 or 5 connections on LinkedIn. And I would say, Edith, half of them I know in flesh and bone.
Mm.
Half of them I know in my reality that I have met them face to face, versus like this. One day when I'm going to come visit you, but
You
I
bet.
know these people in reality.
Hmm. It's just mind blowing how we are shifting, but we still value those relationships that we meet in person. And it doesn't mean that we don't value anybody that we meet online. It
Mhm.
means it means it's a different connection. It's still a deep connection, it's just different.
Yes, yes.
So let me ask you some of the questions and tell me like who Jeanette is and what do you do if you're not connecting anyone.
Well, my name is Jeanette Y Martin, and I love to put my middle initial in, because why not? Because it is my middle initial.
Yes.
And there is a very famous realtor in Texas named Jeanette Martin. So I had to separate myself. So when someone's looking for me, they got me. So there's tip number 1. If you've got a middle initial, put it in there so you are known differently. That's a personal branding little secret there. And what I do with my company, MYBC Consulting, I call myself a business relationship strategist and a social media whisperer. and a brand ambassador for numerous different companies. But looking back to that business relationship strategist, I learned a long time ago that, well, backstory or her story, her story is I've always worked in the customer service management industry. I worked for a big corporation like Starbucks and Staples and high-end fashion, and always about that customer experience. And when I made the conscious decision when I was about 23 years old, as I was going to college and then decided to quit college and get into retail, is always to remember that the customer is number one and relationship is number one. And I got right with my reality. So first tip that I'm going to give your audience today is, are you right with the people that you physically know in your reality? Because as you meet them, and this is why on my LinkedIn, I said I know at least 2,000, if not more, of these people, is once I've met somebody in my reality and we've had that exchange, that oh my gosh, I want to be able to find you and I might lose your business card, but hey, can I connect it with you on LinkedIn? That I will immediately go and right in the moment go, can we connect on LinkedIn? And we start building that relationship online. So to me, those business relationship strategies in your reality, because the whole idea is to bring yourself as your brand. We always start with ourselves first. We may have the latest, greatest widget or program or system, but we arrive in life as ourselves. So when you want to bring these people from your reality online, they will help build your credibility, because they know how to go, yes, when I post about a certain story or I'm out in community and I tag somebody into a post and they go, yes, I was there, Jeanette, you were amazing. Or, oh my gosh, thank you so much. And in the comment boxes right now, Edith, are where the most beautiful relationships are being built. And that is where people are ignoring. Is if you've had an emotional response. I look at this, ladies, we're looking at this. And those of you that are spurred to kind of get your little fingers down on the keyboard to keep the conversation going in the comment box, you are building relationships, not selling nothing. We're just getting to know each other. So that's what I love to do as a business relationship strategist is use something that I call your unique to you W5 story, who you are, what you are, where you do it, when you do it, why you do it. Get that out there. So when people start coming to your window display, because they like one of those things, and they jump into your comment box. So that's what I help you do is you, yes, I do content marketing. Yes, I can put up posts and video and copyright and all the rest of that good stuff for my clients, but it's up to you to jump into the comment boxes as people start to engage on your post.
Yeah, so engagement is a marketing strategy, isn't it?
Absolutely, absolutely. And it's interesting that we let's take that word engagement just for a second. This just came top of mind. I love to live in the moment as little nuggets come to me. When we think about that word engagement, I was once upon a time married, maybe one day I'll get married again, is we don't go from, hi, how are you? Here's your offer. Right? We don't go from, hi, how are you? Okay, we're setting a wedding date 3 days from now. No, we go through the get to know you phase, then we get engaged, put a little ring on it, put a little contract, put a little, testy test about each other, and then we get married. So as you can tell, being that I'm a year and a half away from 60, I love to teach an analogy, and that's my best customer is that 40, 45 plus person who has built their greatest business story in reality, and they don't want to lose themselves through the negativity, positivity, all the ups, downs, and sideways on social media, is get your truth out there. That's my goal in life. I just want people to get say the truth, please, and it will set you free in your business.
Yeah. And so tell us, when did you decide to start your consulting business, the Move Your Bum Chum Consulting?
I don't know about you, but pivotal birthdays, you know, the ones that happen on the decades things. I
Yeah.
remember when I turned 30, I wanted to have the biggest party ever because I didn't, you know, I wanted to be 30 and I can remember that party. And then at 40, as I was approaching 40, there was another pivotal moment that I didn't graduate high school. I went back to college as a mature student. So I went back to high school when I was 39 years old and got my high school degree, not a GED, got my English, got my science, and got my elective I needed to do. So I was approaching my 50th birthday 8 years ago, and it's like, okay, Jeanette, you're going to live to 110, because that's my goal, is because I've meeting so many people. I got an agenda to fit them all in. I got to live to 110. And I went, okay, you've been trained by the best. You've been trained by the best big box retailers, big box corporate America. How can you help your community, the small box person, the small box business owner, with what you've been taught and teach it in such a way that they will get it? And so in April 1st, 2014, believe it or not, April Fool's Day, I said, okay, I'm going to start my company. And in Canada, I live in Vancouver, British Columbia. This is so cool to where you live and where I live. I think I'm the farthest west. Oh, well, I know Anna is even wester than me over in Australia. Is you have to come up with a business name. You have to come up with 3 different names, and then they let you know which one is available. And the MYBC came up. And the name is because so many of my friends say, Jeanette, how did you meet that celebrity? How did you get invited to that event? How did you get to go to Spain to learn about a product that you will never sell, all expenses paid? And it's because I moved my bum chum into the areas of opportunity where the questions are going to get asked, where I can step into yeses. So that was, oh, I know, I moved my bum chum. It's not a lot nicer than saying move your ass. It doesn't have the same kind of ring. So it was like MYBC, and I live in my British Columbia, Canada. So a lot of people think it stands for my British Columbia. No, it stands for MYBC. Yeah, move your bum chum. We have to. Like all you lovely people on my screen, you moved your bum chum and pushed the button to come and learn some tips and tricks. So you're in the top 10%, people. Give yourself a little woo, woo, woo out there.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Woo.
Yes.
Amazing, amazing. And as you started your business, did you have a strategy to go by? And if you did, what is your marketing strategy?
Absolutely. Mirroring what I did in my reality online. That was my strategy. And by that, I mean is, how did I behave in my reality, and what was the equivalent that I could do on the social media platforms to build these relationships? So my strategy was, who can I bring in to my social media platforms to increase my visibility? Evolved by, here's another tip, lovely people out there, is understand the power of your 5, 5, 5. So by that, I mean, who are your 5 family members that in your reality put a loving on you, engage with you, and you're having a family supper, and they're always in conversation, and they're on social media. And if you were to tag them into a post about something that represents your business, they're going to jump into the comment box and go, yeah, you know, we love whenever you post about that or the recipe or whatever that is. So the power of your 5 family members that love and adore you. Who are your 5 business associates and or friends, like Edith is with me, that when I tagged her into my post that I was going to be here today, she made sure that I was aware of it. And she was aware of it, that we could make sure each one of us jumped into the comment boxes. So who are your 5 business associates or friends that when you get together in reality, they just lift you up? And then who are the 5 businesses in your community that you love and adore, that if you were to tag them into a business and you went, oh, Bob's Big Boy Pizza, I love every Friday how you have my pizzas ready for my family, you make my family. Well, Bob's Big Boy social media person is going to get alerted and jump into the comment box, go, Jeanette, we love your business. You're the best community person. You can't buy that kind of credibility. So in this segment, what I created was something called the lifting up system. And lifting up stands for LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Get clear with your intentions. Bring in your power of your five, your network to help you get your goals in life. That if you can pull in somebody else's expertise, pull in somebody else's business into a post, together you are building credibility. You are building credibility and relationship. So that's my strategy. It was like, I made these beautiful relationships in reality. How can I leverage them on social media? And I leverage them by making sure that they matter more than what I matter to the world.
Because you matter, but they matter more. And you get to focus on your customer and what your customer needs and wants. That's
absolutely
beautiful.
And then there was a subsequent to that, and I'm going to tell you another little tip. Here's another big secret. Edith, do you know where your customers are hiding on social media?
In my comments. I don't know where else.
Oh, okay. So you ready where they're hiding?
Where?
They're hiding behind the emojis.
Ooh.
The emojis that we exchange on social media, because remember, they came to be, 5, 6, 10 years ago, where in the advent of being quick, these platforms went, oh, we got to let people know that they're being received out there. So how can we make it faster? How can we make those people on this side of the screen, me putting content out, making sure that I know I'm being seen out there? I know we'll give the heart button, or on LinkedIn, we'll give the thumbs up button, or the support button, or the heart, or the celebrate button, or the curious button, or the light bulb moment. And see, if I give you one of those on one of your posts, I'm essentially saying, I, on this side of the screen, have had an emotional response to whatever you've put out there. Essentially, I'm giving you permission to ask me why. You can click on, on Instagram, you can click on all the hearts' names. On LinkedIn, you can click on all the people's names that give you these emojis. So how about, like, Edith gave me a heart on a post. I go, let me go investigate Edith. Does she fit my avatar? I'm going to go look at her post, going to look at her profile, look what content she's putting out there. Okay, that's on LinkedIn. Oh, I wonder if she's on Instagram. I'm going to go do my research over there. Is she my kind of customer? Oh, on Facebook, am I going to find her over there? Ooh, look at all the posts and the videos. My product or service could fit into Edith's life if I built relationship with her first. So how about I come back with, at minimum, @ Edith. Thank you so much for giving me a thumbs up on my post about celebrating my 10th year in business. I so appreciate you. What are you celebrating right now? You wonder where they're on this side of the screen giving you your emotions, and you are ignoring what all sales, right? All sales start with an emotional connection, an emotional need.
It's mind-blowing. When you first told me, when we had our initial chat, I was like, yes, this is really amazing strategy to go back. And I encourage everyone going back through your feed, going through your post, and just, get to know your audience, get to know who is giving you that emotional charge, emotional energy, really, because that's what we are doing. We're giving our energy by typing, by responding, by forwarding or sharing that information, and be curious about your customer and who they are.
So something similar is, I know we talked, when I do a post, when I teach my customers, essentially the post is your window display to your business. I was in ladies clothing fashion for years and years and years. And we had a window dresser and a merchandiser. We'd come in once a week to change our window display, make it look fashionable. This was the 80s, ladies, so we had funky fashions, and flip my store around to make it look like I had new merchandise and new outfits together, so that when people walked by my front window in the mall and they peeked in, I would say, why don't you come on in? Or I used to teach my staff is get to the front of the store. So if somebody's walking by and they kind of stop out on the outside of my glass, and they go, I like that sweater. And you can kind of see their face falling in love. Well, you walk outside. What did you find interesting about my sweater display? And then you invite them inside. So many people forget think they are marketing themselves. No, we got to market our it factor. What is our it factor out there? And don't forget, I am having emotional responses on this side of the screen.
How do you define your why and in your business? And yeah, what's your why?
My why, it's interesting when I connect with people on LinkedIn and I go through a beautiful relationship building template that I've developed for myself, to always remembering the humanity connected to. They're just not a profile, they're an actual human being. And one lady said to me, she chatted back and forth, and she said, Jeanette, why did you want to connect with me? And I said, do you want to know the real reason, or do you want to know the LinkedIn reason? And she said, oh, I have a choice, and I want the real reason. The real reason is I want to meet so many people around this incredible globe. I want to come sleep on your couch or your guest room, or put me up in a hotel close to you and have a cup of coffee with you to honor your story. Our story matters. It needs to be shared out to the world. There is almost 8 billion people in the world. There are people that are at the same timeline in business as us. There is somebody here is from over in Africa. There's certain places that are 20 years behind us in their business acumen, and we can bring them along, but they have access to the internet. So how about I want to meet people where they are and let them know that their story matters, and what they are putting out there in a product or service, somebody out there is going to need it, and going to need it based upon truth. That's my why in life. I'm the middle child of 7 of a blended family. I sit right in the middle, girl, boy, boy, me, girl, boy, girl. And I come by collaboration, connection, community authentically. And the world needs this right now. We need more pleases on posts. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not sure if anybody watched. Oh, there's gentlemen, you're gonna have gentlemen watching. I'm going to encourage you. This is the golden nugget to end today, day 1. Is the 6 most powerful words in any language that is out there, whatever language you speak, because they do show up in all languages, is the word please, thank you, and you are welcome. And you know the word you is in there twice, because it begins and starts and stops with you in relationship. So if you want more engagement in your life, if those of you that have kids, you say, please pick up your toys, your kids will probably pick up their toys, right? And do it with kindness and gratitude and grace. Gary Vaynerchuk of Vaynerchuk Media, less than 5% of businesses out there come back and say, thank you for commenting on my post. Thank you for engaging on my post. Thank you for giving me a heart on this post. Less than 5%. Start using your please, thank yous, and you're welcome. And I'm going to encourage you to understand the power of those words. The next time you go grocery shopping, I want you to say, or go get your coffee at your local coffee shop, I want you to say, please, may I have a tall non-fat latte? Watch the body language of the person when you say that. It's the same body language that's on my side of the screen when you say that. Please comment below what your favorite book is. Please comment below. Do you need a new something or other? You're going to put myself, because there's a magic word in there called ease. You're putting me at ease in my time currency to deliver what you need in order to build relationship with me.
Yeah, a lot of people struggle with building relationship online because it's so distant, but it's really not. We all humans. There of course there are bots on the websites, but on social media, it's human being on the other side responding.
And based upon our behavior back here in our store, you got all these people coming. So many people ask me, Jeanette, how do I get more followers? I'm like, what the heck are you doing with the followers you already have?
Yeah.
How are you engaging with them? How are you saying thank you? How are you looking at their profiles to learn stuff about them? That's exactly. What are you doing with the people that are arrived on your screen?
That's great tip. So here is the gift. Would you like to say a little bit about the gift that you are providing?
Absolutely. This is a 45-minute session that I gift you what's called Create a W5 Story. So I send you a worksheet and we go through who are you? What do you do in that where do you do it? When do you do it? Why? And where could you share on what platform that story would make much more sense to build relationship? The more that we are putting out our true W5 story out there, the alignment. So if you, one of the who hats you wear in life is Edith. She is an event planner. So she puts out stories about being an event planner. Those of us that love events will be in alignment with her and will want to show up with her. So what better way to start a business relationship in alignment versus going, hi, I've got the latest, greatest program. I think you all should have it. It's 5 easy steps in order to have your program. No. How about put out your best self through your W5 story process? And I would love to, because the more I know about you guys, you become part of my who story, and somebody comes along and says, I need to know branding expert. I'm like, well, I know Edith. Let's lift each other up. Lift each other up.
Yes. It's beautiful. An amazing end to this summit. There's so much value. I hope you guys learned a lot. If you do have any questions for Jeanette, please feel free to unmute or pop it on the chat, and we can answer your questions. Anything that you're struggling with, anything that that is on your mind that you can get value right now. So something that you've been stuck with, or you've been struggling for a while, let us know. And Jeanette or myself and Linda is still here. We can answer your questions.
I'm just looking back through some of the comments. Thank you so much for your beautiful comments. Linda, you've got the link there. I've also just popped in my LinkedIn tree that can is the link also to sign up for today. So if you want to sign up for tomorrow, the link is in my link tree as well. I would love to connect. I'd love to collaborate, and let's build thriving communities together. And that's the way we're going to make this world the way we want it to be.
Definitely. And connect with the speakers on social media, because it's really powerful to get to know each other more. And you never know who Jeanette can connect you with, because she has built her own community, and it's there. You welcome anyone to your community with open arms. and
if anything is because people showed up here, you elevated yourselves here, you automatically fit into here, versus blindly connecting with me on LinkedIn by saying something like, oh, we were in the speakers, we heard you speak, amazing. You connected there, versus just blindly sending somebody a connection on LinkedIn. you know, just hitting that connect button, connect to me. That's like you walked up to somebody and poked them in the head and you said, hey, let's connect. But versus that you elevated yourself here, you've elevated my life. I want you part of my community. I want to find you business. I want to give you little tips and tricks. I want to connect you up with people that I know around this world. I truly do know people. I've been in Asia, Bangkok, Australia, over to Europe a couple, 3 times, down to El Salvador, and I know people all over the world. So if you need somebody, what better way, Edith, really, what better way than when somebody can say, oh, you know my friend Edith? She's amazing. I'd love to connect you up with somebody. You know, to get that introduction through a real human, that's like, oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
It is awesome. Erica, you don't need to re-register, so don't worry about it. But if you know anyone that needs support with branding or marketing, please do share the link. And Zabdi has a question: how do you overcome overwhelm as the beginner entrepreneur?
Great question. I loop it back to my analogy, specifically using social media and branding yourself and putting yourself out there, is that analogy of that window display. Our window dresser didn't come in every single day and change up our window and flip our store around. So if you did one good post a week, like one good crafted post with really good content or story underneath, or tagged a couple of people in, some of your power of your 5 into that, and worked that one post all week long, checking in who gave you a new heart, check who put a comment on it, checked in a little bit of investigation on some of the hearts that arrived, and you look at their profiles and, oh, if I said hello or thank you to that person, I think we could be friends because I like to trail run, they like to trail run. So understanding that one good post and you really work that, as well as I believe an hour a day. So the best time to post on social media is between 7 and 9 in your time zone or the time zone of where your client is. And that's because people are using it like the new newspaper. I don't know about you, but I don't get delivered a newspaper anymore because I want the news curated the way I want my news. So that way you're going to capture your audience commuting, you know, getting ready in the morning, get the kids out the door, and then coming back at between 3 to 5 in the afternoon to your time zone and start engaging with some of those hearts and comments, because the person is either on a coffee break or they're done for the day, they're winding down, they're having a beverage, whatever that happy hour looks like. And if you were to comment, they're more likely to have their device in their hand that they'll get notified that, oh my gosh, somebody's like tagged me into something. And you could almost have a real time conversation. So it's the time spent on social media and connecting and building relationship is direct result will be the amount of sales you want. Because I was in ladies clothing retail and you'd hire a part-time salesperson for like 10 hours or 15 hours a week because you wanted to net about $10,000 in sales. Well, if you want $10,000 in sales, you got to put 10 hours into your social media. It's the same.
So true.
You can't set it and forget it.
No, not at all. So with this, we will close the summit. Thank you so much, Jeanette. I really appreciate your presence and your flow. And we get to connect online and we get to share our experiences. So if you would like to hop back tomorrow at the same time, we are having 7 speakers tomorrow. So that will be fabulous. So have a lovely end of the day for you, and it's nighttime for me, but have a beautiful one. Thank you so much for being here and taking part in this summit.